Let's now start with conclusion part. In the previous videos, we talked about how RSS was formed in 1925, what were the then prevailing circumstances, and how BJP rose to power riding on Ayodhya movement in late 1980s. We also talked about that in 1984 BJP got only 2 seats in Lok Sabha elections, but BJP was able to get 85 seats in 1989 elections. So the Shah Banu case and the Ayodhya movement, those two cases catapulted BJP to national limelight. And since then, BJP kept on growing until 2004. 2004 to 2014, BJP remained an opposition force. 2014 to today, BJP is a dominant political force in Indian political system. So let's now talk about conclusion part. So historical evolution of Hindu nationalism reveals recurring patterns in its ideological development. Initially emerging in the 19th and early 20th centuries, Hindutva or Hindu nationalism was shaped by a perceived threat from Christian missionaries and Muslims as viewed by sections of the Hindu elite. This majoritarian inferiority complex, that is what Christophe Jaffrelot says, led to a mix of resentment, strategic emulation, emulating those factors that contributed to the to the perceived strength of Christians and Muslims, and politicization of identity, Hindu identity, and capitalizing on vulnerability factor. So all these three factors form the core of Hindu nationalist ideology. Hindutva selectively emphasizes certain aspects of Hinduism, rejecting others. Unlike Gandhian nationalism, which valued non-violence and put everybody on an equal footing or provided equal treatment of all communities, but Hindu nationalists have sought to reconvert descendants of Muslim and Christian converts. This is what we call Garvapsi. So, a key recurring mechanism in Hindu nationalism is its ability to capitalize on perceived Hindu vulnerability during moments of political crisis. This pattern was evident during partition and again in 1980s when the Congress government's handling of Shah Banu case was seen as appeasement of Muslims. The BJP leveraged this perception of Congress's so-called pseudo-secularism and minoritism, portraying Hindus as second-class citizens. This narrative played a crucial role in mobilizing support for the Ayodhya movement and the BJP's rise. As I just talked about, that BJP went from 2 seats in 1984 Lok Sabha to 85 seats in 1989 Lok Sabha. The second important point Christophe Jaffrelot talks about is Hindutva or Hindu nationalism is advanced by a vast and enduring organization with an extensive reach. Actually, we call it deep penetration of RSS into Indian society. And in previous videos, we talked about the fact that in 1947, RSS had already somewhere around 600,000 shakhas or branches working across the country. The Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh, founded nearly a century ago in 1925, has steadily expanded by increasing the number of branches and creating specialized affiliates. For example, Bharatiya Mazdoor Sangh in 1950, somewhere around 1955. One of its key affiliates is its political wing. The key affiliate of it is Bharatiya Jan Sangh, which became Bharatiya Janata Party in 1980. So Bharatiya Janata Sangh was created in 1951, and the party got rechristened into Bharatiya Janata Party in 1980, highlighting its engagement in politics and state affairs. However, the RSS's primary mission extends beyond politics. It aims to reshape Indian society by instilling in Hindus a sense of historical awareness, a recognition of perceived threats to their civilization, and the necessity of forming a unified social and political entity called the Hindu Rashtra to counter external influences, especially Muslims. This unity is reinforced through the RSS's fundamental rejection of individualism. RSS does not believe in individualism. Prioritizes it rather prioritizes collective identity. So this unity is reinforced through the RSS's fundamental rejection of individualism as it seeks to mold its volunteers into disciplined embodiments of its vision. The third key takeaway is that Hindutva's anti-individualism aligns closely with the caste system, which the RSS sought to revive in the 50s and 60s through a reform of the Varna system, seen as a foundation for a harmonious social order. Although in the 1970s, Bala Saheb Devraj, who took over from Golwalkar, criticized these ideas as too elitist, the promotion of Brahminical values remained central to the organization's vision of Hindu unity. To bridge caste divisions and realize the Hindu Rashtra, Sanskritization was upheld as the primary unifying mechanism. However, the RSS's disregard for diverse Hindu cultures, particularly the distinct identity of Dalits, limited its appeal among lower castes. As a result, Dalits and certain OBCs, largely rejected the Sangh Parivar, advocating instead for expanded quotas in affirmative action policies, which Hindu nationalists viewed as divisive and a threat to Hindu unity. By the 1990s, the BJP became a refuge for social elites fearing status loss due to the political ascendancy of OBCs and Dalits, and this happened in the aftermath of Vishwanath Pratap Singh implementing Mandal Commission recommendations and extending 27% reservation to OBCs. Despite attempts at social engineering, the party reinforced its elitist character, alienating the broader electorate needed to secure a majority. The final point is how Modi emerged as a strong leader. So, according to Christophe Jaffrelot, following the BJP's defeats, or rather back to back defeats in 2004 and 2009, the party faced the urgent need to develop a strategy to regain power and counter expanding social policies that conflicted with Hindu nationalist ideology and its core support base. In this context, Modi emerged as the ideal leader due to his ability to transcend caste divisions while championing a populist brand of Hindu nationalism. His experience in Gujarat, where he had already refined this approach while he was chief minister over there for somewhere around 3 terms, uh, made him the key figure to lead the BJP's resurgence. Thank you.